Oscar Bevis for the Stomping Ground, powered by Wow Hydrate and available on the zone. As you say, Frank, you're chomping. Heavy impact lineup up there, just 100 metres away on Saturday night. Derek Chisora rolled back the years and gave us pure entertainment. A busy life, but a good life for you at the moment.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I mean, this heavyweight scene, we've invested heavily in it and fighters in it, and we now moved on to a new platform starting in April, and just great fights. This heavyweight division is so lively. I mean, I started off in boxing, and we had some really good heavyweights in the UK, but they didn't win world titles. Now we're blessed with them. Take Usyk out of the picture, and we're the bosses. And Usyk, by the way, has got to fight our guys because they're all in great positions. They're in number one or they're in mandatories. So it's great times for British heavyweight boxing.
Just quickly on Derek and Saturday night, like I said, pure entertainment, a brilliant performance. What did you make of fight number 49 in the so-called last dance, we'll call it?
I thought he'd done exceptionally well. I mean, I'm the guy who said he shouldn't be fighting a couple of years ago. But he proved everybody wrong. But it's a tough game. He's now getting to the 50, which is what he said he wants. But he must retire after that. Win or lose, he must retire. I want him to live a happy life. He's got a lovely family, kids. You know, you want to know who their dad is.
Dare I say that if Dillian Whyte is to win against Joe Joyce, that trilogy would be the perfect ending for Derek and a brilliant fight for Dillian.
You dare say it. He's got a lot of options. There's a lot of options. Remember, he won an eliminator for the IBF title. So he's in a great position. And we've got a big IBF title fight on the 22nd of February in Riyadh. We've got Daniel Dubois defending his title against Joe Parker, former world champion. That's a cracker of a fight, an unbelievable fight. And Derek's obviously got his eyeballs on that as well.
Is it realistic for Derek's 50th fight to be for that IBF world title?
He's just got into a situation where he's won the eliminator. That's what he had the eliminator for. It's an option for him.
It's a big queue.
Yeah,
there's a lot of guys and a lot of worthy guys, especially in your stable.
Correct. Well, there isn't anyone in any other stable. Heavyweights are at Queensbury. Yeah.
Well, that's why you started.
Take
with
Usyk out of it, and that's where they all are.
That's why you started very heavy impact. Yeah. I think we know what we're going to get with Dillian Whyte versus Joe Joyce.
War.
A slugfest. Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be a war, you know, and it's a. I'm not being disrespectful. You know, they're veterans. They're old campaigners, and at that age, it's the winner goes on, and the loser, I think, will have to think about what he does in the future.
What's the relationship like between you and Dillian? Obviously, I remember there was a time where...
Well, he said it himself. He said there's people in between us who maybe... I never had a conversation, but I like him. He's good fun, and he's got a good sense of humour.
Because there was an iconic clip of when Dillian lost the little song that you had to sing that time. But was that promoter rivalry, not really you and Dillian?
Yeah, that was. I'm going to be honest about that. That was. But, you know, sometimes it's a bit of fun. Yeah. It's a bit of fun. You know, I've had it where people laugh when things go wrong for us. It is what it is. But I like him. I'll tell you what he is. He's a fighting man.
Yeah. I can't wait. It's a brilliant fight to top that bill. Nottingham for Wood Cacace as well. I know Eddie said that there was a bit of messing about with the Sugar Nunes thing. But in Britain,
what fight
Antony
would you rather see?
I want to see. I was going to say in Britain, Antony Cacace versus Lee Wood.
An all-domestic buster, a proper fight. You know, Anto's knuckled down now, showed what he's all about. You know, again, went abroad, when he's an underdog, done the business on that historic 5v5 night, done the business, and he done it in style. And for me, this is a brilliant fight. He's in with a really, really good fight in Lee Wood. He's going in the other guy's backyard. It's a cracker. It's a proper fight. That's got fight written all over it.
And for what Anto was saying online, this is the fight that, I mean, he would have been financially benefited by fights. He's had this one.
Correct.
Sorts him, his family.
And that's what he's got to do. He's 36 years of age. That's what he's got to do.
The Tartan Tornado, Josh Taylor. It's one of yours. Have you got space for all of these top fighters?
Yeah, well, you know, Queensbury is the place to be. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to going up to Scotland to see what reception Josh gets.
I look back over the years, all the world champions that, you know, we promoted and won titles on our shows up there. It's going to be a cracker of a show.
Yeah. What's your plan for Josh long term? Well, obviously, it's a good fight with Echo.
Yeah. He's fighting Esso.
Yeah.
Right? So you look at last year, 3 fights, Boxing News, the top fights. Number 1, 2, 3, 2 and 3. 2 and 3 were 2 fights that Esso was in.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Him and Owen Cooper was a banger. It was.
Cracker.
Yeah.
So you know it's going to be a war. You know you're going to have a great fight. He don't come up there to have a little smile and cop his money and go home. He's going up there for a fight because he thinks he can win. Josh is going to have his hands full. It's going to be a great, great night of boxing.
A great night and a great schedule so far. I know
And
it
the
was something
undercards.
that...
Great undercards.
Yeah, Lee McGregor and Nathaniel Collins.
Yeah, what about
Brilliant
what's
fight.
that?
Yeah. Like I said, a great schedule.
I might buy a ticket myself for all these if I can afford it.
I'm sure they'll be like gold dust. I know Dev said this to Mike, just kind of joking around, and I know promoter relations are good. But now you and Eddie are both on the zone.
Yeah.
There is a bit of a battle for the zone supremacy. Right, I don't know Oscar's stateside as well, but there is going to be a battle for the zone supremacy, am I right?
They all have to catch up with us.
Coming over to the zone and immediately you would say you're number one promoter, not having yet promoted, shall I say, a show on the zone.
I just look at experience. I look, to be quite honest, I just look at 5v5. No, I'm joking.
Is he ever going to live that down?
No, listen. I've got to tell you, it's you know what it's good for? It's good for the fans because it's one subscription.
Yeah.
So we're all on the same channel. It's one subscription. We're promoters. We're competitive people. Eddie's a very competitive guy. He's a very hard-working guy. Oscar's competitive. Well, he's competitive. He was a fighter. Come on. We are gonna have some fantastic fights between our companies, and we're all we're very proud in what we do. All of us. We all want to be the best, and they got to strive now to be the best. Now we're on there.
Yeah. Obviously, you've done what ITV, Sky, TNT, now the Zone.
Satanta. Box Nation.
What haven't you done?
Yeah.
What haven't you done? You had to do this just to fill the list. How would you look back on your? Was it 6 or 7 years with TNT? Obviously, some brilliant shows.
Well, it wasn't TNT. It's BT.
Yeah,
when we
BT,
went there, we said we went there from scratch. They had no boxing, no experience, and we said we would develop and bring through the best fighters, and that's what we did.
Yeah.
That's what we did.
I just got to talk about Antony Yarde. I see you two taking that picture together. I know he's got a fight with Lyndon Arthur. Has there been a bit of a mistake on Antony's side? If we're being honest, he's missed out on perhaps a couple of Riyadh season paydays. I know there was kind of hard.
It's done.
It's done.
It's irrelevant. All that's irrelevant. I've never said a bad word against him. I believed in him from the beginning, and I've got a real soft spot for him. I like him as a fighter. I think he's a great fighter. He's a nice guy. He's a really good guy. All I want to see is him fight the best, and there's some great fights for him to get involved in now. So we are where we are, and he's back with us, and that's great.
Dare I say there were a few people trying to eavesdrop into yours and Tyson's conversation on Saturday?
Was there?
Probably. I can imagine a few people nearby were trying to kind of ear their way in.
Yeah. Well, they wouldn't have heard much.
Was it
we just hear him
boxing
talk about his
return
family.
related
no
or no?
boxing at all. Only Walter, who was fighting, his cousin. That's who we were talking about.
Okay. Frank, I appreciate your time.
It's a pleasure,
and just
my son. God
one
bless you.
final bit as to why Queensberry and DAZN will be a partnership for the ages.
Look at the Queensberry stable. Look at these shows that we're putting on. The first three. You want to see the next three after that. They're fabulous. See, Fabio's here. See the fight he's going to be involved with. We have a fantastic roster of fighters, fantastic fights. And you know where we are? I've become a DAZN believer. They proved it. They've got people now. They've got some new people there. People who I've worked with in the past. I met with Selene, and I'm telling you, this is going to be exciting. And for me, for Queensberry, it's about us being the best promoter on there. Being the best. We're competitive. We're all competitive people, all of us, and we want to be number one, and we will be.
Mic drop. Not actually, because it's expensive. But yeah.
Motherfucker.